Welcome back to the news at 10. The persistent battle among farmers, Fulani herdsmen and cattle rustlers in parts of the country has led to calls for the establishment of grazing reserves as a means of finding a solution to the problem. This was part of the resolution reached at the interactive session organized by the Kogi State Police Command following a recent clash between Fulani herdsmen and their host communities. The same has been held in other states such as Kaduna, Kano, Ogun and Ondo. Our community report tonight looks at the issues and how all warring parties can find peace.
Now you're talking.
For any nation to develop peacefully, there must be a certain level of tolerance among its different religious, ethnic and racial groups. But conflict is what has been plaguing sections of the country where Fulani herdsmen, who rightfully have to feed their cattle, but for the lack of approved grazing areas, encroach into farmlands to the annoyance of farmers. In the mix are rustlers who delight in claiming cattle from herdsmen. This leads to disputes which more often than not end up with fatality. Abductions are also recorded, with the most notable in recent times being that of a former minister, Olufalaye, who is also a farmer. To put an end to the needless kidnappings and killings, series of meetings have been held in Kaduna, Kano, Ondo and Ogun states to discuss ways of containing the menace. Here is the turn of Kogi State in the central region to seek ways all parties can embrace peace.
Of this zone?
This meeting is at the insistence of the Commissioner of Police in the state, who is not leaving anything to chance. Each party lays their complaints to the gathering.
How do we go out to fight with those that are handling a very powerful weaponry, like AK-47 and other weapons that cannot be tell of? So my dear CP, for the sake of your duty and the course you took an oath on, this traditional ruler cannot help our situation. They cannot. Moreover, the traditional rulers are just like us, bare-handed. No prison, no security, nothing, no enforcement.
The police commissioner assures of government's resolve to ending the crisis, but warns that violence will not be tolerated.
The law of Nigeria, the constitution, gives everybody equal rights. That means that you have a right to own property. You can build your house anywhere in Nigeria and you can live there. That's the supreme law of the land. You can farm anywhere in Nigeria once you have given land. And you can rear your cattle anywhere in Nigeria once you are not destroying other person's farmland.
The principles of coexistence and tolerance are important tools for building mutually acceptable relationships among highly diverse communities. In the absence of these, chaos reigns.
Now you're talking.
Let's take a look at some business now. Here's Emana Amawe.
You first. First Bank.
Hello and welcome to Business News. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed former investment banker and finance commissioner for Ogun State, Kemi Adeosun, as Nigeria's new finance minister. Mrs. Adeosun is a former managing director with Lagos-based Chapel Hill Denham Limited and an accountant at PricewaterhouseCoopers. She comes in at a crucial time for the economy, with crude oil, the country's main revenue earner, trading below $48 per barrel, and with GDP slowing by 2.35% in the second quarter of the year. During the ministerial hearing at the Senate last month, Mrs. Adeosun told lawmakers that a currency devaluation on its own won't solve the nation's economic problems. Some market analysts say Mrs. Adeosun's endorsement of current forex policies by the central bank will disappoint investors who had been hoping for more rapid liberalization of the forex market. And the World Energy Council has released the 2015 edition of its Energy Trilemma Index, showing the number of countries on the negative watch list increased from 4 to 6. This due mainly to energy security issues, especially for the United States and South Africa. The Energy and Climate Policies Index shows Switzerland and Sweden at the top of the list, achieving AAA balance score out of 130 countries surveyed. The United Kingdom was, however, downgraded to AAB status. The report findings show that the best performing nations tend to be the developed countries with high shares of energy coming from low or zero carbon energy sources, which are supported by well-established energy efficiency programs. And amidst concerns over compliance by market operators to the central bank's regulations in the foreign exchange, global forex trader Travelex Worldwide Money says the organization is committed to upholding financial regulations in the country. At a briefing with journalists in Lagos, the management of the company explained that the introduction of the bank verification number would add value to the proposition of the company for foreign exchange business. Our correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
The Central Bank of Nigeria recently introduced the bank verification number as a requirement for the purchase of foreign currencies for basic or personal travel allowances. Reports have shown, however, that this directive, which targets bureau de change operators, has not received full compliance from the forex market operators. This is a concern for Travelex Worldwide Money at this meeting.
The BVN is here for the future, and I think it's a good thing. And I think the Nigerian public, providing they've got all the documentation, the BVN will be happy to come to work with us. For those that don't, then they don't come to our bureau de change because we won't be able to work with them.
For us, it's more of a reputational risk if you run foul of any law. It's just not in Nigeria because it's a global brand. If, for instance, we are fined here, it's going to affect our global brand. It's not just Nigerian business.
At Travelex, the US dollar is purchased from the CBN official window at 196 naira 98 kobo, with only 3% commission placed on direct sale to buyers. However, there are reports that many bureau de change operators trade at 232 on the US dollar.
Our rate is 203.89, so you can imagine what that makes from what it is official rate and what it is outside. So people are highly willing and prepared to take advantage of this CBN window to get their travel allowances.
My suggestion would have been, let's have seminars and talk to the other bureau de change operators that we cannot afford the luxury of doing business as usual in our country now with the oil price as down as they are.
Travelex Worldwide Money is licensed to service low-end foreign currency users. The traders maintain the CBN's limit of $5,000 sales to individuals on a quarterly basis. Temple Ashaju, Channels Business News.
The all-share index of the Nigeria Stock Exchange bounced back from its two-day losing streak to gain 12 basis points following rallies in key stocks. BC Adebayo has details.
Hello and welcome to the stock market reports. Key indicators at the Nigeria equities market staged a recovery after 2 straight days of bearish sentiments this week. The all-share index appreciated by 0.11% to end midweek session at 29,014.78 with a market capitalization of 9.97 trillion naira. Forte Oil led the day's gainers with a 2.12% increase at 287 naira 98 kobo. Nigeria Breweries also edged up by 2.69% to end at 133 naira, while Flour Mill appreciated by 4.55% at 21 naira 85 kobo. It's a different story for food giant Nestle, UACN and Cadbury as they emerged the session's top laggards. On the activity chart, Access Bank took the lead with 95.6 million shares churned out. AXA Mansard, Insurance and Transcorp followed with 20.7 million and 13.2 million shares, respectively. When the closing gong rang, investors had exchanged 217.3 million shares, valued at 1.45 billion naira in over 3,000 deals. And that ends the stock market reports. I am BC Adebayo.
Wondering how global activities panned out on the global scene? Let's find out. Well, that's it on Business News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Emana Amawe. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the broadcast.
You first. First Bank.
Airtel Nigeria has taken its service to the education sector, and in a bid to catch them young, it's come up with a learning application for school children called Smart Tribe Junior. The application has over 250 e-books that make learning for children fun. At the launch of the product in Lagos, the management of the company say teachers will find the product a useful learning resource. This performance is not another music contest, but to announce the arrival of the new baby of Airtel Nigeria, the Smart Tribe Junior. A learning application with over 250 educational sites, entertainment and games, Smart Tribe Junior enables primary and secondary school children to learn easier, smarter, and in a friendly environment.
There are three key elements in this product. So one is learning, the second is fun, and the third is safety. So on learning, we have a 3D interactive capability-based learning platform. From a fun aspect, when the parents recharge, the kids get bonus. And then the third aspect is the safety one. The kids will only be able to browse specific sites which are safe and which are certified by us as safe.
With a virtual teacher and a fully stocked library, the mobile tutor takes away every difficulty associated with learning in children. What's more, with just 200 naira monthly airtime, children can also make free calls to parents and a few registered numbers.
A child in Nigeria is able to gain access to all of the subject matter they need for every year of their education. You could say, so that gives us a price of about 50 cents a day, even less, that you can educate your child.
Children are taken through an educational game show. And here's what they feel about Airtel Smart Tribe Junior.
I think the product is an educational support to individuals. Like parents who see their children, tell them things they never knew when they were in school and things like that. It's just all about mental stability and things like that.
Everything becomes much more technological. So I think this product is actually going to help us students because classes are really dull. I speak for students in general, and we're really tired of carrying books physically and reading. So, yes, having our books on the internet, it's going to be very beneficial.
And with this innovation by Airtel Nigeria, teachers, parents, and school children can now find teaching and learning an interesting experience.
With the SIM card, you will get.
Well, the governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, has pledged his support to the establishment of Erisco Foods in Sokoto. Governor Tambuwal made this known to the chief executive officer of the company, Mr. Eric Umuofia, while on a tour of the company's factory in Lagos. Our correspondent Bolaji Akinwale reports.
Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State, as well as officials of the state, arriving at Erisco Foods Limited in Lagos, one of Nigeria's leading fast-moving consumer goods companies. The president and chief executive officer of Erisco Foods, Mr. Eric Umuofia, takes Governor Tambuwal on a tour of the company in preparation of a planned establishment of a multi-million-dollar factory in Sokoto State.
You can make money, no problem. But Sokoto is not so. And because of that, I find it a good reason to pay back the thought, the training, the success I made from Sokoto. As a matter of fact, we are going to replicate what is here, even double. So, region of $250 million to go to Sokoto very soon.
On his part, Governor Tambuwal pledges his support to Erisco Foods with a number of incentives.
Land, certificate of occupancy, and all the rights associated therewith, tax holidays, and all the necessary or required incentives. And we shall also mobilize some of the local investors there to join hands with them and organize them in such a way that it will be easy for them to establish and operate.
Sokoto as an example state If His Excellency will leave his own place to come here to look for us, we must reciprocate to tell other governors they should do good things for Nigeria to grow.
Erisco Foods manufactures great food brands to provide wholesome nutrition and good health for all Nigerians. Its products include premium brand Rigico tomato paste, Najiko sugar, and Najiko basmati rice, among others. Bolaji Akinwale for Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, victorious Golden Eaglets arrived Nigeria after clinching a record 5th Under-17 World Cup trophy in Chile. That's beyond sports. Do stay with us.